In my documentary, I have copied many of the generic conventions for the film, poster and review page. I use these generic conventions because I feel that when the audience are more familiar with the style of a film, even before they've seen it, they'll take in all the information and its credibility. One generic convention I used was the use of narration. To me, this is instrumental in a good film. I feel that the good narration will give an authoritative viewpoint in which the viewers will naturally have almost no choice but to accept it as fact. This was very good technique for my short film because the group of people that are most likely to be watching my short film are those looking to educate themselves on a specific area that may be of interest or significance to themselves. Hence the authoritative undertone of my documentary is a very positive generic convention of a documentary that I used. The reason I chose Laura Binns to narrate my documentary is that she has a good personal experience in drama theatre groups for which I felt her voice projection skills were a good feature for my narrative. I've also gone against quite a large generic convention of an authoritative documentary. I chose to use Laura to specifically break this generic convention over another voice actor I could have used, who was male. The reason I chose to break this convention is because while she can project her voice well to give a good authoritative narration, she also has a softer tone than a male narrator, which I felt would give the audience better room for reflection within my documentary. Because it commemorates the 100th anniversary of the outbreak of the Great War, as a director and producer of this documentary, I felt that this project should equally be about the reality of the soldiers' lives and also reflect on them, rather than just be represented as numbers and figures like some documentaries do. I feel that my poster gives good information about both the present day use of Cannock Chase and the use during the Great War. My poster primarily features two landscape photos of Cannock Chase, one of the general scenery from the present day and one of the Commonwealth War Cemetery, in which many of the soldiers who lived, trained and died there are buried, as stated within my documentary. As a director and producer, I chose to use the name The Town That War Built for my documentary because I feel that the title will allow the viewers to realise the magnitude of just one of Cannock Chase's two wartime camps. The inspiration for my documentary is a mixture of my own desire to learn more on this subject whilst creating my film and an interest in a seldom published book titled A Town for Four Winters by C.J. and G.P. Whitehouse. Of the group of people asked, my poster came back as conclusive in that people would want to watch my film if this was used as a poster or even as a cover to a DVD or Blu-ray box if it was to be sold. Information included in my poster is the release date for people who are interested in the official release date of The Town That War Built, and also a quote from a reputable source in this field of knowledge. I included my name as the director and Laura Binns' name as the narrator, so anybody can look out for more productions that feature either myself as a director or producer, or even Laura as an actor. My article contains a lot of information as to how I have directed my documentary. This sort of review is aimed at people who are either students in the media and film industry or professionals, because it focuses on specific techniques of filming and editing that I have used. I chose to write my review from a professional critic's point of view rather than a critic who is more concerned with the everyday entertainment aspect of a film. This is because I feel that the poster will attract any extra viewers from the mainstreamers category that may want to watch an informative documentary, but my review will also be used to attract the attention of viewers from my other two main sectors, reformers and succeeders. In my opinion, my documentary, poster and film review work well together because the poster helps my film gain viewers from one section, whereas the review would help gain viewers from the others. Therefore, my short film should attract more attention than if I had solely focused on one Young and Rubicrums group. My target audience questionnaire gave me rather a lot of guidance in terms of which routes I should take my film down. For instance, from my analysis, I learnt that my target audience wanted found footage and cutaways within my documentary, so I tailored the choice of footage and style of shots to meet these requirements. If they had said they didn't want these features, I would have tailored my documentary in a different way. For me, it was really important to get feedback on my initial ideas before I put the film into production, and found that there would be no audience for my film. which would have wasted a lot of time and important planning and production time. At least this way, if there wasn't a good level of demand for my film, I could change what I was to do for my project. It just so happened that there was quite a high demand for a documentary of this type around now. I put that down to the fact that it's 100 years since the Great War begun, and because it's current news, then there's more of an interest in this subject area. Also, in recent years, the public demand for documentaries has risen, giving more of cause for me to put this short film into production. I feel I gained more than enough information from my questionnaire to come up with the same end product as I have now. I feel this is because I tackled any areas that the viewers would have a strong input well. The technologies I used during my planning stages were SurveyMonkey for the questionnaire, WordPress for the distribution of my ideas, YouTube to search for any existing comparable documentaries to analyse, Google Maps to pinpoint the location that I needed to film at and find routes between, and I finally used Microsoft Word to type all my blog posts up in before publishing on WordPress so that I have a digital copy on my laptop, which would make it easier to rectify any mistakes rather than in the WordPress text editor. Also, if WordPress were to crash, I wouldn't lose any of my progress because of regular saving and the autosave feature in Microsoft Word. The different technologies used in production and post-production of my short film are the video camera on which I did my main filming, the digital SLR on which I recorded my backup footage for in case anything went wrong during filming, Adobe Premiere Pro to edit all my footage together, Adobe Photoshop to create page furniture and different elements of my film poster and review, Adobe InDesign to compile my poster and review page, Microsoft Word to compile any text for all of my pages, reviews and posts, Google Docs to access any notes I made for filming that I could access while I was out on location filming, WordPress to continue distributing my work, and YouTube to finally publish my finished film. Many of the skills used in pre-production, production and post-production were skills I have had for many years and that I have developed on my own accord. The skills that I have had to learn are the detailed level of editing that's required in Adobe Premiere Pro. One of the most useful technologies was certainly Microsoft Word to help me plan out what I was actually going to publish in my blog. Second to this was Google Docs, because I copied and pasted from Microsoft Word into Google Docs to access when I was out and about in case I had any ideas related to my project and wasn't near a PC. Using a range of industry standard technologies has certainly helped with both the quality and the ease of my documentary. For instance, if I was to use Microsoft Movie Maker over Premiere Pro, my documentary would have been basic audio and very little video settings that I could actually change. However, if I used a paper questionnaire, I'm sure the quality of my results will be the same. However, the ease at which I collated them would not have been.